Alright, well, here's a video I haven't updated in a while. But I'll just start with the front, I guess. Well, the bumper shocks were kind of hard to do. But I got that plate welded on there. Because these things are usually rusty right here. And the rules allow us to put these on here. So what I did for a bumper shock was the sway bar that was there was solid steel. And we're allowed to go 10 inches on the bumper shock going back there, and you can make your own custom bumper shocks. So what I did was I cut up in the frame here just a little hole, and I didn't cut all the way off because my plan was to use bumper shocks and make it fit in there, but that was just too much work. So I cut a piece of the sway bar 10 inches long, put it in there just a little bit far back, and I ran it all the way down at an angle so it goes farther back in the frame, because right here there's a little box you can't get past. Then I welded it right there. I welded it in all right there before I welded this back shut. And still need to weld it right there. And I welded it right there in that hole. And you can't really see it, but through that hole I welded it to the bottom of the frame on the other side. And the bumper I'm using, that one right there, has got these nice thick plates welded onto them right there and there. And that's a nice bumper, pretty heavy too, and it's not even loaded, but it's all done right. So I'm just gonna weld those plates directly on here all the way around, and then those bars will do the same exact thing bumper shocks would do, just without the work. But for the plates, what I did was I got this plate here, and I just cut a couple of them. I cut them out of that metal right there to fit on here. And I just gotta weld that piece on. Do the same thing. I haven't put the shock in there yet, or the sway bar, whatever you want to call it. But that's what I did there. And yeah, been working on the cage a lot. Got all the body bolts done. I didn't do a video on that, but I made that plate right there to fit over both bolt holes. It was pretty hard to do, but just had to mark everything right, and it fit. Got my roof sign made, and window bar. I've never actually had a window bar. Like, I've used one, but I've never had my own. I've always borrowed one. So I decided to just make my own. I'm gonna put a bolt hole there and there, and the same thing right here and on the other side, and then right there and on the other side. And that's it for the window bar. The front bar I don't have done yet, but I've got the side bars done and the back bar. I'm still debating putting a roll cage on it, because I mean, I don't plan on getting flipped, so why use one? That bar is just to go up against the back of the seat so you don't have major whiplash, or your seat breaking loose or something like that. But it's going together pretty good. For the front bar, what I'm actually doing is I've got a piece of angle welded right there, and I've got one right here. I don't have them welded in all the way yet. And this bar right here, which I believe is 2x6 or 2x5, one or the other, and it's been made. I put it all in place and tack welded those, and it's been made to fit in there perfectly, to where the steering column comes in right below it, straight out perfectly, about an inch below, I think. And so I just gotta weld those angles in solid, and slide the bar in there and then weld it on there. And it'll be a pretty easy cage to disassemble, and then when you use it in the next car, it'll be really easy to put together. So yeah, it's pretty much just going together with ease. And I got the back door on there. I still have not finished the trunk yet. I don't know if I actually put a video on there of me doing the trunk, but I do have pictures on Facebook of it. but I've not even gotten close. I got this plate cut out. What I did was, this was up here, and I welded it to the inside of the trunk right there, and then I folded the trunk over and welded it right there. So this is the crease, and it's part of the metal. So maybe that'll give it strength, I don't know. But right when I got started on welding on it really good, I ran out of argon. So that's how that went. But that's about it for now, I suppose. It's going together really nice. My dad's actually found him a car. It's I forget what year it is, like a 93, 4, somewhere in the 90s, a bubble top Crown Vic. So I'm gonna have to get started on that too. But day before the Derby, I'll be sure to let you guys know where I'm going to run. You can come watch if you want. Or if you need to know before then, I will tell you it's in Ohio. But that's it for now.